My wife and I were together for almost 10 years, married for 6. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but we really loved each other. We both had kids from a previous marriage, and we have a 4-year-old son. In July of 2020, she told me she wasn't sure if she wanted to be married anymore. In the couple months leading up to that, she had become cold towards me, sometimes downright nasty. It was a side I'd never seen of her. In the following week after she told me, I started paying attention to her behavior. I could just tell something was up. I got a hotel one night just to get away from the whole situation. I called her and asked her what was going on. She lied repeatedly, but I kept pressing. She eventually broke and told me she'd met someone and that she really liked him, then proceeded to blame me for the whole thing, and that she never meant for this to happen. The next morning I came back to the house and packed my things and went to stay with my cousin. Immediately came a barrage of texts, begging me to come back home. I really didn't want to be around her. I was disgusted by her. Over the next few weeks she kept at it. Whenever I came to get my son, she would beg. She mailed long love letters. Eventually I broke. I had sex with her, and it was crazy good. Hysterical bonding that I've since read about. I ended up moving back in to give her another chance. In no time at all she started acting cold again. Her affair partner had ghosted her when he heard that I found out. The phone bill backed this up. She's a nurse. He was an tech, 10 years younger. We tried marriage counseling. It came out that she cheated on her first husband and left him while he was deployed in Afghanistan. During this time, from looking at bizarre Cash App transactions on our bank statements and questioning her, I discovered that she'd been hiding a long-term addiction to Norco, Adderall, and Coke. I looked at her phone bill again about a month later. His number popped up again, and another number. Found out this one was a firefighter. She said nothing physically had happened. Sexting and nudes, but they never met up. We had that life 360, and that seemed to back it up. I finally Googled the tech's number. A woman's name came up. I searched her on FB, and there he was. He was married but convinced the whole he was single. I've confirmed this with my wife's coworker. When I told her, her jaw almost hit the floor and I started laughing maniacally. According to my wife, his condo was completely bare, like he'd just moved in. He knew exactly what he was doing. I messaged his wife and told her. She left him and moved out of state. The fireman hooked up with another nurse and didn't want to deal with the drama after I confronted him. I stayed for over a year. I wanted to see my son every day. I didn't want to be a single parent again. It drove me crazy. Couldn't trust her at all. I kept replaying the whole thing and was constantly suspicious she was at it again. I've talked to other nurses I know who work at multiple hospitals. There is a big drug culture in a lot of ERs and a lot of cheating. Nurses, firefighters, cops, lab, respiratory techs, all fucking each other. Not all, not most, but it happens a lot. I would never touch another woman that works in the medical field. Aside from all this, I've dealt with the emotional fallout of what she deals with for years. It's too much, so I moved out a month ago. Filed for divorce. I told her it wasn't getting any better, and that I'll never trust her. She's writing me letters and texting and looks like she's going to cry every time I pick up my son. But now I know for a fact that going back is just more pain. Every day I feel better, regaining my confidence, and becoming more sure that I'm doing the right thing. My son will be fine even if his parents aren't together. I'll just come out and say it. If they cheat, it needs to end. It's over. I know it's hard to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. I was trapped in a whole mess because my mind was still trying to make sense of what was going on. And my self-esteem was shattered. But it will get better if you leave. Thanks for reading. I know it was long, but I just felt like sharing.